Nothing ruins the post-cruise mood quite like checking your credit card statement and wondering how you spend so much money. And I've been there, and I've watched other people make the same expensive mistakes that could have been completely avoided. So the 19 money traps I'm sharing today have cost people thousands, but once you know what to watch for, you'll never fall for them again. And if you love saving money on cruises as much as I do, then hit that subscribe button for more cruise tips that will keep your wallet happy. So let's get going. Number one mistake is only looking for cheap cruises. Now, here's the thing, I get it, we all want a good deal. But in my experience, booking the absolute cheapest cruise without considering what's included is actually a recipe for spending way more money. And I've personally seen people book a cheap cruise only to discover that now they're paying extra for everything from specialty dining to basic amenities that would have been included on a slightly more expensive cruise line. So before you book based on price alone, take a look at what perks and inclusions come with your fare. And sometimes paying a little more upfront saves you hundreds in the long run. Next mistake is forgetting your final payment due date. Oh my goodness, this one makes me cringe every time I hear about it. Missing your final payment deadline doesn't mean you get a late fee. It means your entire cruise gets canceled and you lose your deposit. And I've heard horror stories of people who booked their dream cruise months in advance, got busy with life, and completely forgot about that final payment date. And then boom, cruise canceled, deposit gone, and now they're scrambling to rebook it at current prices, which are usually way higher. So set multiple reminders, put it in your calendar, do whatever it takes to remember that date. Number 3 is not getting extra onboard credit. Now, this is money that's literally left on the table, and it's crazy that many people don't know about it because when you book through a travel agent instead of directly with a cruise line, you can often get additional onboard credit that is not available anywhere else. And I'm talking about money you can spend on your cruise. So it could be $50, it could be $100, but sometimes it's more depending on the cabin you book. And these credits can cover your drinks, specialty dining, shore excursions, or even your daily gratuities. So it's basically like getting a discount that the cruise line doesn't advertise, but you have to know to ask for it. The next big mistake that has some significant savings potential is not repricing your cruise before the final payment date. And this is a really easy way to save money that many people still don't know about. So cruise prices fluctuate constantly. And if the price drops after you book but before the final payment date, you can reprice it usually to a lower price. So if you see the price lower, call your travel agent or call the cruise line depending on how you booked and see if you can drop that price. And this can be hundreds of dollars on each cruise sailing. The next mistake is shopping on board on the first day. And I've made this mistake myself until I learned that almost everything goes on sale throughout the cruise. So you know that t-shirt that's $25 on day one? It will probably be 2 for $30 or something like that by day 3, or they'll have a t-shirt sale day that they will announce in the cruise planner. Jewelry often goes for 20 to anywhere to 60% off later in the cruise. And I've also seen pop-up sales with some items that weren't even available earlier. So unless you absolutely must have something immediately, wait a few days and watch for those sales. Now here's something that will make you sick, not cashing out the casino winnings on time, because casino closes on disembarkation morning, and a lot of times it can close earlier than you think because the ship is already in the territory of the water, however they figure it out that where you have to stop gambling. So if you leave credits in your account, you could lose them. And I've heard of people winning money and earlier on a cruise and then leaving it in their casino account, then just kind of forgetting the time, only not being able to access it on the last day. So cash out at least a couple days before, especially if you have a big win, just to be safe. The next mistake is going to sales pitch seminars. And look, I get it. Some of these seminars do sound interesting. They make them sound pretty good. But things like art auctions, weight loss presentations, port shopping talks, I mean, really, all of them are designed to help you part from your money. It's very easy to get caught up and spend thousands on art that you really don't want or need. So if you go for the entertainment value, but keep your wallet closed because the deals they're offering are often not as good as they seem. The next mistake is not setting up a group cruise. And here's a little known secret that can save you serious money when you're traveling with friends or family or just any group of people. Most cruise lines consider just right around 8 to 10 cabins a group. And once you hit that number, you get perks like free cruise fares for the group leader, or you can divide it between the group members. You can get free onboard gratuities, sometimes free amenities. And our family have saved thousands by cruising with our friends and family. And even if you're not organizing a huge family reunion, if you know some other people that might want to cruise around the same time, it is definitely worth looking into. The savings can be absolutely incredible. The next costly mistake is paying full price for specialty dining. Don't make this rookie mistake. Never book specialty dining when you're on the ship. I've learned this the hard way, and now I always book online before my cruise. Most times you can save 20 to 30%, sometimes more, by booking ahead of time. And plus you get better reservation times because many times on bigger ships, the good times are taken by the time you get on the ship. Now, if you didn't book ahead, then here's a tip. Check the day one specials when you board because they do sometimes have discounts, but honestly, you usually are still going to get better pricing by booking in advance. By the way, if you're finding these tips helpful, hit that like button to let me know. The next mistake that costs people money is not bringing allowed drinks on board. And this is free money that people just don't take advantage of. So most cruise lines will let you bring something, a bottle of wine, maybe champagne. For some cruise lines, they let you get cans of soda or water. Now some don't. So you do have to check what the cruise line allows. And you know, the thing is, the wine on the ship is going to be the same wine you can buy in a store, but on a ship it's going to cost $30 to $50 in a bottle for the same bottle that costs $15 at home. So those little things do definitely add up. And if you have several people cruising and if you have several cabins, the savings are substantial. The next big mistake is buying toiletries and medications on board because the markup on these items is crazy. It's 200-300% higher than what you would pay at home. So things like sunscreen that costs $8 at Target, it might cost you $25 on the ship in the store. And things like Advil. I've seen bottles of Advil that cost, little ones that cost $3 at home. They'll be $15 on the ship. So you can either pack everything you might need from home or you can order it to your pre-cruise hotel, and not only your wallet is going to be happier, but you will also have the exact brands you prefer versus what the cruise ship has. The next mistake is buying bottled water. And this one always surprises people, but the water on the cruise ship is safe and is filtered, and there's really no need to buy bottled water unless you have a drink package and it is already included. So we always bring a refillable water bottle and fill it up throughout the day. Again, please pay attention to the signs. Most of them will say not to refill the bottle, so take a cup, fill up the cup, and then pour the cup into the bottle. So, it's all about hygiene, but you definitely can save a lot of money, help the environment at the same time, and the water quality, honestly, just as good as what you will get in the bottle. The next costly mistake is not checking your onboard account daily. And I can't stress this enough. You want to do it every single day because mistakes do happen. And I've personally caught charges on our account that shouldn't be there. And maybe it's a towel that was marked as not returned and we did get charged for it once. and we did return it. And a lot of times it's the drinks or small things you buy on the store. We've seen wrong charges. We've seen drinks that we never even purchased charged to our room. So don't wait till the end of the cruise. For one, it's harder to remember what you actually purchased. And the second thing is there's going to be a longer line. On the last day, there'll be many people trying to settle their accounts, or they have questions or issues. So if you just take a minute and check it every day, it's much easier to keep tabs on it. You know exactly what you're spending. You know what cruise is costing you. You don't have that sticker shock at the end, and it's just a better experience overall. The next big mistake is not having a casino budget. And a casino can be a fun part of the cruise, but it's also where I've seen people blow their entire vacation budget in one night. So set a strict limit for yourself before you even step foot in there and stick to it. So for us, we treat it as entertainment money. So we decide how much we want to spend, and if we lose it, that's fine. That's just the cost of having entertainment for that night. And that's it. And then we make sure that we don't go over that. The next costly mistake is using the ship's ATM, because those ATM fees are absolutely brutal. And we're talking about $5 to $10 per transaction. You can easily rack up $50 in ATM fees alone during a week-long cruise. So bring some cash from home or get it from the bank before you leave, and you'll want some cash for tips and port shopping anyway, so plan ahead. The convenience of the ship's ATM is definitely not worth those outrageous fees. The next mistake is not taking advantage of all the loyalty perks. If you are a repeat cruiser with one cruise line, make sure you're actually using all the perks that you've earned. And I'm not just talking about the big things like free drinks that most people know about and are waiting to cross that line. I'm talking about smaller things like free laundry services, complimentary desserts, or free professional photos. These perks can add up to hundreds of dollars in value on every cruise, but only if you actually use them. So check what your status level includes and take advantage of every single benefit. The next mistake is booking shore excursions in every port, because not every port needs an expensive shore excursion. And this is where people often overspend without realizing it. I've been to many ports where the best attractions are just a short walk from the ship, and a simple taxi ride can get you anywhere that you want to go at a fraction of a cost of a ship's excursion. So do your research on each port before you book anything. Sometimes the best experiences are the ones you create on your own, and the cost can be way less than the ship's organized tours. The next big mistake is paying full price for add-ons on board. And this is a big one many people really make. So drink packages, internet, spa treatments, shore excursions, almost always those things are cheaper if you book them before the cruise. And I'm talking about savings anywhere from 10 to 20 to 30%, and sometimes if it's a Black Friday sale, it could be 40% off the same items. The cruise lines, they want you to commit to spending that money before you board, so they offer these pre-cruise discounts. So take advantage of them. You can usually modify or cancel these purchases up to just a few days before your cruise if your plans change. Another costly mistake is the mini bar charges. And here's the thing to keep in mind. Even if you have a drink package, those little mini bar drinks are not usually covered. So it's very easy to assume that since you have a full drink package and you can drink anything you want, then those little bottles of whiskey or whatever they have in there is going to be included, but it's not. And it's very easy to end up with hundreds of dollars in fees and on board credit because of the mini bar. So when in doubt, don't touch it. You just go to the bar and get the drinks that are in your package. There are also many ways you can save money on your cruise after you get on board, and I go over them in this video, so watch it next. Thank you for watching.